Here's the Flow Friday Night Sports Show, and unfortunately our next guest will be the bearer of some bad news today, but also some good news with it. But joining me with the bad news first is from North Central Netball, Susan Lockhart. Welcome her back. How are you, Susan?
Yeah, going well, thank you, Jason. Hope you're going well too. I think you've got some excitement happening in South Australia this weekend.
We do.
Grand final. Yeah, very lucky.
Yeah, lots of grand finals, and it leaves an even more bitter taste in the mouth, given that unfortunately you've had to make the call. North Central will be wrapping their season up. There will be no finals, and you weren't really left with much choice.
No, that's it, and no choice at all, pretty much. It seems a lot longer than last Friday that we made the decision that we were no longer going forth, but with no indication from the state government that there'd be any easing of restrictions, we just had to go ahead and let people get on with their lives, pretty much.
Yeah, and that's fair enough too. So has any decision been made about whether or not premierships will be awarded, or is that still to be worked out in the wash?
No, definitely minor premiers will be awarded. So we're going for the team that finished on top of the ladder will be awarded with the minor premiership for 2021. And I really think it's important to recognise that we had a season.
Yeah.
And I think most people are on side with that. People would be disappointed to think to get to this far, to get to the finals and then not get that opportunity, but then not also be awarded the minor premiership would be a huge disappointment.
Yeah, fair enough too. Along with minor premierships, medals and awards for best and fairest and the like. I believe you've decided to have a medal count for the various grades, and are they split up over Monday, Wednesday? Is that right?
No, definitely for us. Ours is Monday night.
Right.
Next Monday we're having that, and that'll be going through WebEx, I believe, at this stage. So we're having a little trial just to see if it all hooks up in the near future. And then hopefully Monday night, fingers crossed, we're going to be amateurs, but we're going to have a go and see how we go. So
just to confirm, all of the grades will be Monday night?
Absolutely, all the grades Monday night. A grade through to under 16B. We don't have a count for the under 13s, but we'll also be awarding our Rising Star Award and our Junior Incentive Award as well. So
Excellent. Well, that'll be a way to wrap the season up, I guess, even though we can't have a final series. But you mentioned the minor premierships will be awarded. I think it's really important to acknowledge those teams who had outstanding seasons and won minor premierships. We still had, I think, most teams either played 10 or 11 matches for the season. So for the most part, everyone got to play everyone at least once, I would have thought.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And I think, we ended up going, we got the full round done and then an extra 4 games after that. We had 11 games for the season out of 16. We missed 5 games in the end, and I think that's enough to do a count with. And for the people that have put in the hard work, getting themselves fit and ready to play, they also need to get recognised for their efforts as well.
Yeah. So let's have a look through the grades at the minor premiers. We'll start with the 13 and under grade, and it was Donald who won the minor premiership here. They had 10 wins and 1 loss for the season.
Yeah, that was the under 13s. They did. They've had an outstanding year, a good little team. So Donald have had a very good season. As we go through these, Donald have cleaned up pretty much. So good on them, and they'll be feeling pretty happy with themselves, and I hope they celebrate well for the kids.
Yes, exactly right. And we'll talk more about Donald and another of their junior teams in a moment. But first, the 16 and under B division. It was Bort who won the minor premiership here. They had 7 wins and 1 loss for the season. Donald there were in second spot with 6 wins, 2 losses. Sorry, but Bort winning the minor premiership there.
Yeah, Bort came second. They won this one, and Donald was second. And Donald with a team had defeated them, so they didn't go through undefeated, but they've had a very good season. In probably a shorter season than most grades, because there is only 5. There's actually 6 teams in that one, so they missed quite a few games throughout the season as well.
Sure. The 16 and under A division, again, there were 7 teams in this competition. Bort were third on percentage from St Arnaud, who they both had 6 wins and 2 losses, but Donald were perfect in this age bracket. They had 10 wins, no losses for the season, a perfect season for Donald.
That's it, undefeated. So that's a clear minor premier, if you ask me. They've done very well. they'd be very proud, and another team that's going to come through. Those girls will be pushing through into senior ranks in time, and they'll be very good for Donald.
Yes, indeed. Speaking of Donald, we're going to talk more about him now because in the C grade, they were perfect as well. 11 wins, no losses for the year. What a season they've had, this club.
I know, outstanding, aren't they? They're a very strong C grade team too. To go for undefeated, I think they've won most games pretty clearly. I think they're a very strong team. A lot of their players could be playing in either grade above probably at times. They've got some good players.
Yeah. Wedderburn was second there. They're also second in the B grade, and Donald again on top of the ladder there. Both Wedderburn and Donald only had the one loss for the year, but Donald had one extra win and a greater percentage. So deserved minor premiers in the B grade there, Donald.
Yeah, that's true. Now, Wedderburn defeated them in the first home and away game of the season, but then unfortunately Wedderburn went down throughout the season, and then so Donald and Wedderburn both lost one each, but Donald were a very formidable team and deserved their minor premiership wholeheartedly. They're a very good team, and Wedderburn were looking forward to having a crack at them come finals, but unfortunately don't get that chance.
No, it wasn't to be, but Wedderburn had an outstanding senior season. All of their teams in the senior grades in the top two, and they also won the A grade minor premiership with a perfect 11-win record, 11-0 for the season. So deserved minor premiers, Wedderburn in the A grade.
Yes, you would have to say that they've gone through undefeated. They've played Bort twice, which is the team that ended up second on the ladder. So, they've had their time or chance to go down, but they've held their undefeated status and they've taken out minor premiers. Strong team, played well, and, they look like hot favourites. I can't say that they were going to win for sure, but they were feeling pretty confident in keeping up their training right throughout this COVID lockdown. Not together, of course, but they were still sticking together and keeping in touch with each other. So they were really pushing to play this final, but didn't get the chance.
Unfortunately, that's where our season ends in North Central Netball. A huge thank you to you, Susan, for your input into the show this year. We couldn't do this show without our correspondence, and I know it's been frustrating over the last month, 6 weeks for yourself, but I guess we've got a resolution now. Onwards and upwards for season 2022, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's been great, and thank you very much for having us each week. It's been pretty awesome. We do look forward to our count on Monday night, and hopefully we might be able to talk about that next week if you're keen to do another one. You've been awesome to speak to.
Look forward to catching up with you next week. We'll probably do that through the Sports Fix and give everyone a rundown. Thank you very much, Susan, and we'll talk again soon.
All right, good on you, Jason. Thank you very much. Bye.